Okay, so you're an agency owner. You're stuck between 1 to 3K a month, and you're wondering, how the fuck do I scale to 10K a month? Well, let me answer that question. So first, let's put you in one of two buckets. You have to identify and tell me which bucket you're in. Bucket number one is you're someone who has no predictable acquisition system. You just randomly got a few one-off clients, maybe a couple referrals, maybe some through your network, or maybe you got one lucky DM. And so you have some clients, and they've stayed with you for a little bit, and so therefore you're making a bit of money, but you have no new appointments coming in and no new clients coming in. That's person number one. Person number two is someone who has predictable appointments coming in, right? They keep having appointments coming in. They've closed a couple clients, but they just can't seem to unlock that switch to just unlock rapid scale. Okay, so put yourself in one of these two buckets, because therefore I can refer to you throughout this video and give you the proper advice, but you have to be one of these two people. Now here's actually the really cool thing, is if you're the person in this bucket, hold on for a second, but if you're the person in this bucket, here's what I want you to do, is you need to become the person in this bucket. You need to predictably get appointments on your calendar, because if you can't predictably get appointments on your calendar, you can't scale. It's that simple, because to scale, even the definition of scale is just doing more of what we're doing now and then scaling it. That's it, right? When someone is scaling anything, it's just doing more of what they're doing now. That's it. And so if you have nothing, you can't scale nothing. And so you have to first get appointments on your calendar consistently. And I say consistently because that's a huge part. You can't have 5 appointments one day and then 0 for the rest of the week. No, you have to be able to consistently get appointments on your calendar. Now, how do we do that? Well, you can do this via running ads. You can do this via any cold outbound channel. But the point is you just have to get it to a point where it's consistent enough. That's it. Okay, so if you're in this bucket, find a way to do that. Okay, now once you get here and you're consistently booking appointments, but you just can't find the way to scale, that's where we actually need to put in some new systems, and we need to have some chats. Okay, now granted, I can't talk to you one-on-one. If you do want to talk to me one-on-one, we can figure that out later. But based on the fact that I'm making this very general, here's what I would do. The first thing I would do if I'm trying to scale from 1 to 3K to 10K a month is, if I've got appointments on your calendar, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to map out every single thing in my business. Everything, right? I'm going to map out exactly how many appointments I'm booking a month, how many of them show. Of the people that show, how many of them are qualified? Of the people that are qualified, how many of them do I pitch? Of the people that I pitch, how many of them close? Of the people that close, how many pay? Of the people that pay, how much do they pay me? Of the people that pay me, how much get onboarded? Of the people that onboarded, how much stay after the first month? Of the people that stay after the first month, how good results do they get? What's my churn? What's my LTV? What's my CAC? I need to know every number. And if you don't have all these numbers I just listed out, great. Now you have something to do. And this is why you're not scaling, is because you don't know your numbers, right? You can't scale something that you don't know, right? You can't scale something that doesn't exist. And if you don't know your numbers, how are you supposed to, you can't fix something that you don't even know that it's broken in the first place. So you need to find out our numbers so we can know what's broken, okay? So you need to learn to track all those numbers. I recommend doing it on a Google Sheets. It's very simple, and therefore you can just update your data in there every single day, okay? So once you've got all these numbers, now what we need to do is we need to figure out what the constraint is, right? There's this thing called the theory of constraints, which is that any system will only operate up to its bottleneck. And so imagine if you have let's get something I can demonstrate. Imagine you get a water bottle like this, okay? And imagine this is like a funnel, and I'm pouring the water out like this. Well, if I squeeze it and I made a huge dent here, the water would only flow as fast as this dent, because this dent will hold up all the other water above here. I could have infinite supply of water here. It's only going to go as fast as the weakest link or the smallest bottleneck. And so in order to make the water flow more, aka scale, make more money, we need to alleviate the constraint, the bottleneck. And so we do that by figuring out what is the bottleneck, right? Who is the weakest person on our team? And how we do this is by looking at all the data I just mapped out, and that's why you want to have it all on one sheet, okay, all this data, and look at, if I were to, and this is the question you ask yourself, if I were to only be able to fix one of these things on this sheet that would have to have the biggest impact, make me the most money, which would it be? And by asking yourself that question, you look at all the metrics, go, well, man, my show up rate's 10%. If I could just get that to 50%, I would 5x the amount of appointments I have, man. That every other problem will be solved. Even though my closing rate is bad, my onboarding rate is bad, and my results are bad, and my LTV is low, everything else would flow better as a result of that. Then you know your biggest bottleneck is the show-up rate. And so here's what we do, and here's literally how you scale. What you then do is you dedicate all your time, energy, and effort to fixing this thing. Fixing the thing that is the bottlenecks. In this case, the show-up rate. You're going to spend everything. It doesn't matter. You're going to spend all of your time, energy, resources, everything on fixing this thing. Money, time, energy, you name it, everything is going to be focused on fixing this thing. And what we do is we focus on that thing until that thing is fixed. And as soon as we've alleviated that bottleneck and we fix the show-up rate and we've got it to the KPI we want or even better, we then go back to doing more. right? To scale, you just do more until more doesn't work and then you do better. This is Hormozi's saying. To scale, you just do more of what's already working until more doesn't work and then you do better and then you go back to doing more after that. You never do new. You just do more, better, more, better, more, better, more, better. New only comes after everything is really fucked up and really falling apart, which for most of you will not be the case for a really long time. And so what we do is we fix a bottleneck. We just do better, right? We fix a bottleneck. And as soon as we fix a bottleneck, we go back to doing more. We spend more money on ads. We send more emails. We send more DMs. We do more cold calls. And we just keep doing more until we identify another constraint, right? It's like, oh my goodness, our sales suck. We can't close anyone. Boom, now you have a new problem. Focus on sales. So maybe getting a new closer, maybe it's training yourself, maybe it's you taking some calls again, maybe it's buying a sales course, whatever the case is. You're trying to get better at this now until you get your sales KPI up to the point that it is. And then you go back to doing more, and then you scale and scale and scale again. Put in more money, do more calls, etc. Book more appointments, right? Get more flow through the funnel. And then you realize, like, wow, our onboarding is like horrible. Everyone that's onboarding is churning after a week because the experience is so bad. Okay, we need to fix this ASAP. Boom. Instantly, you go do the onboarding. You go fix the onboarding. And this is how you scale. It's a perpetual cycle of tracking your numbers, looking at the weakest number, fixing the weakest number, doing more until you have another weaker number. And it's just this. Over and over and over and over and over again. Here's the problem, is most people overcomplicate it and most people get lost and confused because there's so many moving parts and there's so much stuff going on, right? Which is why the best thing I can recommend to any of you is get somebody who can just not even tell you what to do. That's fine and that's important, but get someone who can just sit there and go, yeah, man, you're doing the right thing. Yeah, that's the bottleneck. Here's how you fix it. You're doing the right thing. Get someone who can just give you the conviction of like, hey, man, you're doing the right thing. Right? And this may be a mentor, it may be a friend, it doesn't matter. You just need to get somebody who's going to say, hey man, you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, to give you the conviction that you're not wasting your time, to remove all that self-doubt off your shoulders, to make you think, yes, I'm doing the right thing, so you can go all in. Because that's super crucial, right? And this is how you're going to scale to 10, 20, even 50. Now granted, right, obviously going from 0 to 10 and 10 to 50 is different, but fundamentally, to some degree, it's the same. It's you need to just sign more clients and then keep those clients. It's that simple, right? And so maybe going from 0 to 10, you can do it with just, your network and some outbound DMs, and maybe going from 10 to 50, you have to run ads. But you're running ads, like it's not that complicated, right? It's not that difficult. Film a few videos, post them, tweak them, track your metrics, see what the worst metric is, fix the worst metric, do more, put more money in ads, keep fixing the worst metric. It's that simple, right? I don't know why we need to overcomplicate this process of getting to 10K. What you've done to get from 1 to 3K, so long as it wasn't just a one-off referral or network, you just do more of that. It worked enough to make you a couple $1,000s. Why won't it work to get you, an extra $10,000, $20,000? The thing is, it will. You just have to do more of it. It's that simple. Right? Don't overcomplicate. Don't try and reinvent the wheel and do some crazy new outreach method. No, just do what was already working. Whatever you did that was working, do that. Do more of it until more doesn't work, and then do better, like we just talked about. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try and overcomplicate this shit just so I can fucking sell you some bullshit thing. No, it's that simple, and all of you can do it. So that is how you can go from 1 to 3, right? So we'll say 2K a month to 10K. That is the process. That is the thinking process. That is what you need to do. And it's fundamentally the same thing. Sign more clients. Saka, as Joe Kaplan says, set and close appointments. That's it. If you don't set and close appointments, you can't get to 10K. So just focus your efforts on that, because that's how you're going to get there. And we can focus on retention and client results after that. Right? There's even science. The scientists, until they have 100 sets of data, the data is insignificant. They don't even look at the data, right? If you flip a coin 10 times, it might land on heads 9 times and tails once. Does that mean that a coin flip is 90-10? No. It means that we don't have enough data to reference. And so what we need to do is we need to get enough data, enough clients, so we notice if our service delivery is bad. A lot of people service one client, go, oh, my service delivery is bad. It's like, no, you service one client. The first time I played golf, I wasn't that fucking good either. Does that mean I'm a bad golfer? Well, maybe, but I won't really truly know that until I've gone out to the golf course 100 times. Now, if I go out to the golf course 100 times and I still can't hit the fucking ball, then I'm bad. But I would argue just because you can't hit the ball your first time doesn't mean you're bad. It means that you're new. So we need to distinguish the differences between new and bad, because they're very different. Right? The first time I shot a basketball, I wasn't that good. Does that mean I'm just a bad basketball player? Well, no, I haven't had enough chances to even prove to become good. Same in business. Just because you signed one client and didn't get them the best result doesn't mean you're bad at getting results. It means you haven't signed enough clients to what was I saying? Something about you haven't signed enough clients. The video's almost done. Sign clients. You haven't signed enough clients to know if you're good or bad. So sign more clients, then figure it out. Anyways, I'm out of here. Have a good fucking day. Peace.